What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Courtside with Ash. Y'all already know I got to break down this game between the Atlanta Dream and the Washington Mystics. First and foremost, I want to just say hats off to the Mystics for winning that game. That was a good win for them, you know. I don't really have too much to say on the sense of effort and things like that with the Dream. I think we tried. I think we just came up short, and so you just got to tip your hat. When you lose like that, you got to tip your hat. We did make a push in the fourth quarter, but it just wasn't enough. And ultimately, they ended up beating us by 5 points. But I do want to talk about some things that kind of stood out to me in this game. And first and foremost, man, we just didn't have an answer for Shakira Austin. Shakira Austin was blocking our shots down low. I mean, let's see how many blocks she had. 5 blocks, 21 points, 7 of 11. So she made 7 out of 11 shots. That's a super efficient field goal percentage. She was 100% from 3, although she only shot 1 3. 6 of 8 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, she was giving us everything she had tonight. And I think ultimately my biggest takeaway from this game is that I could tell that their game plan was to feature their bigs. And that's one of their advantages. They have Lauren Betts, they have Shakira Austin, and then they have Kiki Irifin. And so between those 3, we were just not able to get going. Our posts were just not able to get going. Like, most of the points that we got down low is just from us driving and being able to like try to get some, layups, like as far as just passing to, somebody that's open or whatever. But we were not able to just really get our bigs going like in the paint tonight. They made it very, very tough for us. I mean, every time I turned around, they was blocking our shots. And so, you know how we always say, go down low, go down low. Well, we went down low. We definitely went down low, but they just blocked our shot. It was a block party tonight. I'm not even going to lie. I think they ended up with like 12 blocks. And I think they had like 9 in the first half. Like, I think it was like a record or something crazy. But shout out to them. I mean, hey, like I said, some L's you just got to take. This is one of them L's. You just take your L, you take your ball, you go home. Because they just had our number tonight. I mean, in the paint, we tried. I could tell we were really trying to get Angel involved. We were trying to get Bree Jones involved. We were missing layups. We were getting blocked. They were making it tough. They were making us take hard shots. And I think ultimately their game plan was, okay, cool. Like, we're going to make it tough on defense. We're going to make every shot hard. But if they come in this paint, we are sending that thing in the stands. You know what I mean? Like, their intention was to make sure that it was hard for us to score in the paint. And they succeeded. I mean, 12 blocks. And then, I don't know if this was the coach's game plan, but if it was, you're saying, okay, cool. Like, we're going to make it so hard for them in the paint. So now we're going to force them to take threes. We know they've been struggling from 3, so they're going to have to beat us from the 3-point line. And guess what? We were 6 of 21 from the 3-point line, 29%. So we didn't make enough threes, to be able to play that game. So overall, I guess it was a good game plan for them. So shout out to Washington. But that was the most glaring thing to me, was just the points in the paint. The difference, we had 34, they had 46. So they had 12 more points in the paint than us. But I'm trying to see who got the points in the paint. It had to be our guards, a lot of our guards, because Angel Reese had 7 points, but she only made 1 field goal tonight. But she had 16 rebounds. She had 16 rebounds, but she only made 1 field goal. So she was 1 for 12. And then Brianna Jones was 2 for 8. So that's only 3 combined field goals between them. And then Nas was 2 for 4. So if you count all of them, then that would be what, 2, 4, 5 field goals that we have between like our bigs. Yeah, it just wasn't a good night for us in the paint. Especially with our post players. 1 for 12 for Angel. 2 for 8 for Brianna Jones. I mean, Nas was 2 for 4, so she was 50%. But overall, man, we just were not able to get going in the paint at all. We really were not. Okay, I forgot. I'm sorry. Oka did make a shot in the paint. She made, I remember too, because she did make a layup. So she made 1 field goal. But overall, guys, I mean, I really don't even know how to assess this game. I just think defensively, they just came out and they were imposing their will on us from the beginning of the game. They made sure that the intensity was from start to finish, from the start of this game to the end of this game. They had that intensity going. And most importantly, I think what I realized with Washington and why you can't never just look at a team's record is, for one, a lot of these teams are really good. It's just they're just now getting into a role, into a rhythm. But Washington is just a very young team. They remind me of a team where, you know, like you got the bull and then you wave the red little flag and they charge. Like, I feel like they just like charge, but they just don't stop charging. You know, they just keep going. Like, their motor is so high, they can keep going. And then you got people off the bench like Cody McMahon. Like, Cody McMahon came in and got 11 points. You got Lauren Betts coming off the bench, 11 rebounds. Cassandra Prosper coming off the bench with 10 points. So, like, their entire bench was very heavily involved and contributed a lot to this game. And I love, and that's one thing too, like with Washington, they have such a young team. I'm really excited to see how they continue to develop this team. I mean, Kiki Ariafin, Sonia Citron, Georgia Amore, they were all drafted last year. So they're second-year players. Then you have Lauren Betts and Cody McMahon. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not missing nobody. Yeah, Lauren Betts, Cody McMahon, Lori Harmon, but Lori doesn't, I'm sorry, not Lori, Rory Harmon. She doesn't really play. But I'm just saying, like, they have a really young core of people who just, they have a really high basketball IQ and they can just play. You know, I watched a lot of these people in college, and I'm not gonna lie, I wanted Cody McMahon. I was hoping she would fall to the Atlanta Dream, but she didn't. But, like, I mean, having Cody McMahon coming off your bench, that's really, really nice. And they have a young team. I'm excited to see what they do in this year's draft. This year's draft is going to be super, super deep. They could end up with like a Talaysia Cooper or a Michaela Williams if she falls down a little bit. I don't know, but I'm interested in this Washington team. But I said all that to say, man, don't ever count out your opponents. This is a good team, you know, and they just closed the gap with us. Now they're 18-12 and we are 19-12. I think they have a 6-game winning streak going on. So like I said, y'all, all these games from here on out, they're like playoff games for us. We gotta come out and try to do our best to win these games. Let's look at the Dream stats. Let's get into it. So I already know who I'm giving the game ball to for today and for tonight. That game ball is going to Alicia Gray. Alicia Gray, 26 points, 11 of 23 from the field, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. She's going to get it for me. I mean, I think, again, like I said, I can't say that we didn't try. I just don't think that a lot of our bigs were able to capitalize down low, and that made a really big difference to me. But like I said, hats off to the Mystics for containing us in the paint. So Alicia Gray, she did her thing. 26 points, made big shots down the stretch, so shout out to her. Another thing I want to bring up is Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard, 19 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 blocks. 3 blocks. Yeah. Anyone who questions her defense, that's what she's able to do. 3 blocks. That's what she's doing. But this is one thing that we have to be happy about. You know, for me, this is just me. When Ryan Howard fouled out, first, no, let me go back a little bit. When she made that three, I think it was like a transition three that she hit, and she was like, yeah. I was like, okay, Ryan, showing some emotion. That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to see her like care. It just feels good to know that the people on the court care. So that made me feel good. But then also when she fouled out, I know she was frustrated, and I know, you know, that was kind of a ticky-tack foul, but whatever. But, you know, she was really passionate and like almost looked like she was about to cry. I just like seeing her with some emotion. I think that shows that she cares about this game, and she cares about whether we win or lose. So, you know, see, I look at all that kind of stuff, and so I appreciated that. I was like, okay, cool. You know, like y'all tried, like their effort is there, your heart is in the game, and to me, you left it all out on the floor. So we got to live with that. We got to live with it. So shout out to Ryan Howard, also 19 points, but overall as a team, we just didn't play well offensively. We only had 2 people in double figures, and it was Alicia and Ryan. So we have to be better there. I think they had 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had 5 people in double figures on their end. So yeah, we got to be better there. There's really not that much else to talk about. Like I said, Reese, she did have 16 rebounds, which is a lot of rebounds, which is super great. And so that's what I mean by, like, even if you don't have it going offensively, you can contribute in other ways. So I'm not even mad at Angel. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, sometimes it's not your night offensively, but you're still finding a way to impact the game. And that's really what matters at the end of the day. So 16 rebounds. We're so used to saying 16, 15, but that's still not a normal amount of rebounds. You know, for some people, that'll be their career high, and they'll never get over 10 again. So I don't want to take lightly the fact that Angel Reese still is dominating the boards as far as at least the effort to try to get extra possessions for her team. So respect there. Shout out to Angel Reese for that. But yeah, like close, but no cigar. We were close, you know. We tried. We definitely tried. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that stands out to me. Points in the paint, yeah, they got us there. Fouls, 29 to 27. Now this is something that stood out to me. This was something that stood out to me. This is actually on both sides. Both of these teams shot so bad from the free throw line, but this isn't about them. You know, I like that they shot bad because they're the ops. We're going against them, so y'all can keep shooting bad. But they shot 44%. That's crazy. 15 of 34. Dang, how many? They almost missed 20 free throws. That is crazy. Everybody is shooting free throws until our next game. Literally. Till our next game. But anyways, the Dream, we were 18 of 27. So we missed 9 free throws, which to me, we lost by 5. And see, that's what I'm talking about. When you're in these types of games and you're coming down the stretch, man, every point matters. Every possession matters. All of these things matter. All of this stuff adds up. The turnovers add up. The missed free throws add up. And then you look and you're like, dang, we only lost by 5. So when you start cleaning up those little things, that's how you end up winning these close games. And yeah, we missed free throws. And y'all know my motto. Free throws are free. Got to make your free throws. Can't just be missing, you know, just giving away points. And I feel like when you miss free throws, that's what you're doing. What is that, 67%? Nah, that's not good. That's not good at all. They beat us on the rebounds 46 to 40. We usually like to dominate there. So assists, we had 16 assists to their 14 assists. But mind you, the last game, remember I told you guys, we had like 28, 29 assists. So our assists basically were cut in half from the last game. So the ball wasn't moving, or we weren't making the shots that were passed. Either way, you know, it is what it is. We got 5 steals. We both had 18 turnovers. That's too many. That's too many. You always want to try to be below 10, or if you're going to be, you might want to just be close to 10, but you don't want to be too much over 10. 18 is too many turnovers. And we got 20 points off turnovers. They got 17. Fast break points 9, us 10, them. So a lot to me. The paint stuff was the biggest thing. The paint and the lack of 3-point making. I mean, somehow we shot 77 shots and they shot 62. So we shot like 15 more shots than them. I don't understand how we're shooting all these more shots, but then they made 29 baskets, we made 25 baskets. But yeah, overall, I don't feel like this is one of those games that we just have to like, you know, hang your head about or be like, oh, throw the whole team away. This is not that type of game. We literally just lost the game. They, you know, had a game plan that they executed and it worked for them, although they missed a lot of free throws. But we just weren't able to get anything going, like I said, in the paint for our post players. And we had a lot of shots that I feel like we should have hit, but it is what it is. On to the next game. I think our next game is on Monday versus the Tempo. So on to the next game. Again, we got to play every game here on out like it's a playoff game. And yeah, we just got to be ready every time, you know. And I'm not mad at our effort tonight, so that's why I said we just got to live with it. We got to live with this one. So y'all let me know y'all's thoughts below. What did y'all think about this game? How did y'all feel about our performance? How did you feel about our players? Better days are ahead for the Atlanta Dream. Better days are ahead. So that's all I got. That's all I got for tonight. Also, if you have not liked, subscribed, commented, please do so below. Also, I forgot to tell, I don't think I've ever said this, but I made it to 1,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for that. I appreciate everybody who's been tuning in. Y'all have been helping me be consistent as I've been able to be. I don't think I've missed the game and I don't plan on missing one. So thank you guys so much for all of y'all's feedback, all of y'all's comments, everything. I try to respond as much as I can. I really am super grateful. And yeah, it's go dream all day, every day. Like I said, better days are ahead. So let's go ahead and go try to get this win on Monday. I hope you guys have an amazing night and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.